Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be providing a long-term market analysis update for Solana. I'll be covering some very key levels of support now that we have broken down below the June lows around $25. I will also talk about the Solana Bitcoin ratio and my longer-term thoughts on Solana's performance with respect to Bitcoin. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, I am fairly active over at Twitter, so I will leave a link to my Twitter page in the description below if you want to go ahead and check that out. So first, I really want to discuss this level that we're holding as support right now, ranging from $13 to $15. So going all the way back here to 2021, this was a very key level where Solana actually started to consolidate after this big breakout from the previous range high from August. So we had some consolidation. You can see we basically just oscillated sideways for a few weeks in this zone, and eventually when Solana was able to break out above that level, we had that continuation higher to this first intermediate peak around $61 in May just before that crash. So again, that is the current level where Solana is finding some support. We're holding this zone as of right now. And although Solana does have some support in this region, again, we only spent a few weeks back here in 2021 ranging from this zone of $13 to $15. And typically, the longer you spend consolidating in a zone, the stronger and stronger support it will eventually be. You can see that as a pretty good example right here when Solana did break out of this range and it had this move up to that peak in May at $61. It came back down and held this region of support around $25 for more than that. We had few months just consolidating right in this zone, retesting it several times, and going right here to June. Again, we held that as support. It was a strong level of support in which Solana took multiple months to eventually break down from. So it is much thinner of a level, and I would consider that if we do start to break down from here, it's even more thin until we get to the next level around $5. Because when we broke out above $5 from this high back here in August of 2020, notice how from this breakout point, Solana was able to move up 200% in just 21 days. About 3 weeks to go up 3x, and that's very inefficient. We have such little price action and time spent in this zone, and that's why there's not much support established in that region. So to restate, for Solana's entire price history, it only spent about 3 weeks from $5 all the way up to $13. Very little time spent in this region, very little support if we do break down from this zone that we're currently holding. So beyond that, I also do want to talk about the resistance levels, which I'm going to be looking at this 50 period average. I am on a 3-day candlestick chart, so this is actually the 150-day average. But this has been really strong resistance throughout this entire bear market. You can see it was previous support right here in December. We actually had this nice bounce off of it, and then eventually Solana broke down below it and then had that big rejection, flipped it right into resistance on the lower high in April, and then we continued to form lower lows. And then we just had that retest on the last few candles coming up to that level with the resistance at $38. And then as you can see, we have rolled over, formed lower lows, and continued that. So on the longer term time frame, several months out from here, I will be watching out to this level as our longer term level of resistance, considering that is where the last two rejections have been off of, and considering how significant the last two rejections have been. With this rejection right here in April, following up with 81% down over just 72 days, and then the most recent one as of right now down about 67% in just the following 9 days. So I do want to also talk about the Solana Bitcoin ratio, and this is on the weekly chart. I'm going to be looking at these two weekly moving averages, the 20 SMA and the 21 EMA. Throughout the bear market, this has also acted as strong resistance. You can see we came up to this level on that same lower high in April and rejected off of it. We came back down, and then throughout the last several months, Solana has also held this as resistance, all these weekly candles coming up to the zone, unable to break above it. In fact, we just got that big rejection down 46% with respect to Bitcoin on this week. So we're coming back into this long-term time frame support ranging from 71 to 79,000 Satoshis. This is the level that we held back here in the summer of 2021. All these weekly candles held this zone as support, and we were able to bounce off of this, forming those new all-time highs. We also had these weekly moving averages as support, which have now flipped into resistance. So that is the level that I do want to see Solana on the Bitcoin ratio hold. Now, if we're unable to hold this zone and we do start to break down and we come back below this, the next region I'm going to be watching out for is this zone around 38,000 Satoshis. So that was the high that we had back here in August of 2020 on the DeFi summer. We came right up to this level, rejected off of it, and a pretty harsh rejection from this point. Solana actually underperformed Bitcoin by about 90% in just those 16 candlesticks. So very significant rejection, and I will be looking to this level as our longer term support, again, if we are unable to hold the zone from 71 to 79,000 Satoshis. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, make sure to check out my Twitter page, which I will leave a link to in the description below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.